You can see radiation ain't good. It can be good in small amounts, but nope. No, it could be extremely dangerous in some cases. But yeah. But how dangerous can things be? If dangerous at all? It's radiation itself isn't the main bad thing. Do you know what's the actual bad thing? It's the dose. The dose is how much radiation. Because actually anything can be poison if you have enough of it, okay? Any extreme poisons can still do nothing. It will take just not enough of it and it can do nothing. But anything, even water, would be harmful if you take even too much of it. It can even kill you. That means if you drink 2 liters of water in a second, you'll probably be dead. Or like 11, 12 glasses within an hour could also be dangerous. Okay, let's start from the low of the low here. The first effects are just an increased risk of increased risk of cancer. That's it. That's usually they're not really good here. If you need how many silvers instantly, we have this thing for backup. Buy if you want this. It's basically kind of nothing. It's just a slight increase. Cancer is already pretty rare itself. First, we have here. First things first, we have 500 silvers. They're not called silvers actually. They're called rams. At the so-called 500 rams instant, then the first amount of effects was happening. The effects are very mild, however, but yeah. What's happening is that before? No, not that serious. Okay, it's that your blood now has much fewer blood. Not much filler, but just a slight decrease in blood. Well, that means you might feel a bit more tired, and that's that. And you won't actually feel nauseous and extra symptoms, and you have your red blood cells back after a while because the body adapts to it. Even though it will give you some cancer, a higher risk of cancer, and maybe a shorter lifespan a little bit in a few years, but yeah, even more serious things. If you were to increase it to so-called 1,000 grams, then things start to get a bit noticeable. 1,000 grams is where the first parts of radiation sickness. This is not exactly radiation sickness. It's basically pre-radiation sickness, sub-radiation sickness. I'm not sure how to call it, like a radiation. It's like a radiative affection, something. But here's where actual sickness is. Here, if we look at the table again, we have nausea and tiredness. Just you cough a little bit, you have some nausea. So you cough a bit. Here the blood level is even lower. You actually cough, not you didn't cough blood. Dang it. You you cough a bit. You would feel nauseous and stuff. You feel dang it tired. You feel pretty tired. But that's just some symptoms you still have increased risk of cancer and stuff, but you adapt still. But then here's what things or how they are. They are now slightly making it more severe. Severe. Before we have experienced mild radiation sickness, now it's time for so-called moderate radiation sickness. This is basically twice the amount. And yeah, this is real. I can give you back. I'm not just putting like 500, 1,000, 2,000, like 5,000, 10,000 of my numbers. Here's this actual backup. Okay. At 2,000, we start really getting moderate. This one just not means like you're fainting. You just feel a bit nauseous, mild. In moderate, you just want to cough and stuff, but you actually vomit. You feel extremely sick, and it's hard to walk and do activities because of how tired you are. You really just want to stay in bed, extremely. So, at this many REMs, survival is very likely still. This you can recover without much treatment if you just stop exposing yourself to that many REMs. Okay. Some might still die, but at that point they're just pretty unlucky. Okay, now we have the so-called severe. After, okay, this one is just feel a bit nauseous, cough a bit, you feel a bit unwell. This is literally vomiting. This is pretty sick. Now we have severe. This might even lead you to the so-called hospital, seriously. Okay. Let me just see a color for this. This is severe. Extremely dangerous. It's such dangerous. This point is just here. You might even need to go to the hospital. Straight up. So now, you need to be bedridden to the hospital if you want to have a good chance of surviving. Survival is possible. Predict. You'll probably survive as long as you have treatment. But if you don't, it's pretty much you're probably gonna die. Because this thing also has a very weakened immune system, and thus you'll be blood filled with bacteria and stuff. The second one might make you more vulnerable, but not like actually can kill you type of thing. Just slightly immunocompromised. This one is like very immunocompromised. Now, now we go to extremes. This is really very severe. I did not know this thing is about straight up 4,000 rams, and you see that's an extremely dangerous amount. If you start increasing just that to a dangerous very dangerous amount of 5,000, then here things start getting very dangerous. I'm not even going to show the person anymore. You will see them suffering. So here, life conditions are critical. You can't really say anything else here. Death is extremely likely. Not extremely, but you know. Better chances. And then you get just straight up. I mean, not like you're dead. It's just it's hard to survive in critical conditions. You need very heavy ventilations. Now we go to 10,000 rams. Just fatal doses. This dosage is straight up fatal. If anybody who dies here is bound to die. No, I mean maybe you'll survive, but that's just pure luck.